Shabbat Shalom, everyone. We have some visitors here today, and it's a gorgeous, sunshiny, hot day. It feels like the grasses are singing, and the trees rejoice. Yes? Great, okay. Good, because that's what the psalm says. But first, before we sing the words of the psalm, I'm going to teach you this melody. Do you think you can do that? Second part. There we go. I know that all of our voices will warm up this room even more, and I'm sorry about that. We can turn on the air probably a little bit higher if we need to. But it is wonderful to be with all of you and to celebrate Shabbat together. I'd like to also welcome our guests from Mountain View Lutheran Church. Yes? Okay. Great. I just wanted to make sure I got the full name correct. Who are coming to check out our community as part of their, remind me, the neighbors. Honoring their neighbors' faith project program. So we're delighted to have you all joining us as well. We are going to be using our prayer books, thin blue books, which have confusingly 2 sets of page numbers, and even more confusingly is that I know the ones we don't use better. We are, generally speaking, going to use the black numbers on the bottoms of the page. And starting on page 2 with the lighting of the Shabbat candles, and I'd like to invite up the whole Friedman family to light the Shabbat candles.
As these Shabbat candles give light to all who behold them, so may we, by our lives, give light to all who behold us. As their brightness reminds us of the generations of Israel who have kindled light, so may we, in our own day, be among those who kindle light. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech olam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lahadlik ner she'el Shabbat. Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe, who hallows us with mitzvot, commanding us to kindle the light of Shabbat.
Amen. We continue on page 344, but hold your fingers close to the beginning because we'll be going back there pretty soon. Page 344, Shir Chadash, which is based on Psalm 96. With Mother's Day this weekend, I was thinking of all of the matriarchs and maternal figures that I've had in my life, and also the maternal figures in our services and in our music. And so a lot of the music that we'll be singing tonight is music that was either taught to me by women who were very important in my life, or actually written by women who have lent their voices and their inspiration to the Jewish community as a whole. So this next song, which is actually the one we started with, can be found on page 13. Page 13, it's the last paragraph of Hebrew/transliteration and the two middle lines. So the third and fourth lines of that last paragraph. Ya'aloz sadai v'chol asher bo, az yiranenu kol atzei ya'ar. This is the melody you just learned. Ya'aloz sadai v'chol asher bo, ya'aloz sadai. Ay, 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 ya'aloz sadai v'chol asher bo, ya'aloz sadai. Ay, 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 az yiranenu kol atzei ya'ar, az yiranenu kol atzei ya'ar, az yiranenu kol atzei ya'ar, az yiranenu kol atzei ya'ar. Ya'aloz sadai v'chol asher bo, ya'aloz sadai. Ay, 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 ya'aloz sadai v'chol asher bo, ya'aloz sadai. Ay, 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 az yiranenu kol atzei ya'ar, az yiranenu kol atzei ya'ar, az yiranenu kol atzei ya'ar, az yiranenu kol atzei ya'ar. Ya'aloz sadai v'chol asher bo, ya'aloz sadai. Ay, 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 ya'aloz sadai v'chol asher bo, ya'aloz sadai. Ay, 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 ay. Page 20 and 21. B'chadodi, we welcome Shabbat as a bride. Lechadodi likrat kala, yalla, 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 b'nei Shabbat v'kamela. Lechadodi likrat kala, yalla, 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 b'nei Shabbat v'kamela. Shamor v'zavor v'diborecha, out of your spirit as face the entrance as we greet this Shabbat bride. Boi v'shalom ateret bala gam besimcha uvetzola atoch emuneh am segula boi chala lecha dodi likrat kala yalalai 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 bnei Shabbat lekabela lecha dodi likrat kala yalalai 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 bnei Shabbat lekabela yalalai la 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 Before you take a seat, I would like to invite you to introduce yourselves, say hello to each other. Those of you online are welcome to greet each other online as well. It is so wonderful to see everyone chatting and getting to know each other. I'm going to invite you to return to your seats. I'm going to invite you to return to your seats. You may sit down, please. And we're on page 26. Page 26. Yitkada veyitkada shemei rabba be'alma divrach yirutei v'yamlich malchutei b'chayechon u'v'yom b'chol Beit Yisrael, b'gala, uvizman kariv, v'meru, amen. Yehi shmei rabba mevarach, le'alam ulal me'almaya, yitbarach, yitbarach, v'yishtabach, v'yitpa'ar, v'yitromam, v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar, v'yitaleh, v'yitalal, shemei dekudesha brichu, le'la min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, damiran be'alma, v'meru, amen. Please rise in body or spirit for Baruch Hu on page 28. Page 31, we join together at the top. Praise to you, Adonai our God, from whom the evening flows. Your wisdom sets the way on which time and season glide. Your breath guides the sails of the stars. Creator of the tide of time and light, you guide the current of day into night. As heaven spans to infinity, you set its course for eternity. Praise to you, Adonai, our God, from whom the evening flows. Baruch atah Adonai, hama'ariv aravim. Page 33, in the middle. Wisdom and wonder, passion and instruction, story and symbol. All these things your Torah gives to us. And the more we devote ourselves to it, the more it grows and gives. What could be a truer token of your abiding love than this holiest of your works and the living language that gives it form? Baruch atah Adonai, ohev amo Yisrael. Please be seated. Page 36. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavcha u'b'chol nafshecha u'b'chol me'odecha ve'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher Asher Anochi Mitzavecha Hayom Al Levavecha Veshinantam Levanecha V'dibarta bam V'shivtecha B'veitecha Uvlechtecha V'derech Uvshochbecha Uvkumecha Ukshartam leot al yadecha Vehayu letotafot bein einecha Uchtavtam al mezuzot beitecha Uvisharecha Leman tizkiru Vasitem et kol mitzvotai Vitem kedoshim leloheichem Ani Adonai Eloheichem Asher hotzeiti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim Liot lachem lelohim Ani Adonai Eloheichem Adonai Elohechem Emet. Hold your finger where you are in your prayer books and turn to page 117. Although the passage that is interpreted on page 117 is actually from the book of Deuteronomy, it reflects some of the language and content of this week's Torah portion of Bahar Bechukotai. So I'd like for us to offer this responsively. If we can hear the words from Sinai, then love will flow from us, and we shall serve all that is holy with all our intellect and all our passion and all our life.
If we serve all that is holy, we shall be doing all that we can to help the rains to flow, the grasses to green, the rains to over like the sun, and the rivers to fill with life once more.
All the children of God shall eat, and there will be enough. But if we turn from Sinai's words and serve only what is common and profane, making gods of our own comfort or power, then the holiness of life will contract for us. Our world will grow inhospitable.
Let us therefore place these words into our passion and our intellect, and bind them as a sign on our hands and eyes. Let us write them into the book upon our hearts, and teach them to our children.
Let us honor the generations that came before us, even in the witness for those yet to be. Back on page 40. כיבד אדוני את יעקב, וגאלו מיד חזק ממנו. ברוך אתה אדוני, גאל ישראל. The next two prayers are going to flow one right into the other. Many of you hopefully know most of the melodies, if not all of the melodies. This is what we affectionately called the Hashkivenu trilogy, as was taught to me by my song leaders at camp when I was in high school, and today feels like such a camp sort of day. But to spend an evening surrounded by 100 of your closest friends that you just met a few weeks prior, and standing in a circle and singing these songs is sort of the epitome to me of what safety and shelter is. Whether you actually knew the people particularly well, even knew their names or not, just standing in that circle with Mia and with Jamie at the lead. Those were the song leaders who taught this version to me. Just felt like the perfect version to sing tonight. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu Lishalom V'hamidenu Shomreinu Lechaim. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu Lishalom V'hamidenu Shomreinu Lechaim. Oh, guide my steps and help me find my way. I need your shelter now. Rock me in your arms and guide my steps and help me make this day a song of praise to you. Rock me in your arms and guide my steps. Oh, Fros, Aleinu, Sukkot Shelomecha. Oh, Fros, Aleinu, Sukkot Shelomecha. Last three lines of Hebrew. Baruch atah, atah Adonai, haporei sukkot shalom. Shalom aleinu ve'al kol amo Yisrael. Ve'al Yerushalayim, ve'al kol amo. Ve'al Yerushalayim, shalom. Baruch atah, atah Adonai, haporei sukkot shalom. Shalom aleinu ve'al kol amo Yisrael. Turn the page. V'shamru b'nei Yisrael et hashabat. La'asot et hashabat לדורותם. בנית עולם, ביני ובין בני ישראל, אותי לעולם. כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ, Please rise in body or spirit for the Amidah, beginning on page 46.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu Elohei Avotenu v'Imotenu Elohei Avraham Elohei Yitzchak Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah Elohei Rivka Elohei Rachel Elohei Leah Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor V'Hanora El Elyon Gomel Chasadim Tovim V'Konei Hakol V'Zocher Chastei Avot V'Imahot U'Mevi Geula Livnei V'neihem Leman Shemo Be'ahava Melech Hozer U'Moshiach U'Magen Baruch atah Adonai Magen Avraham V'Ezrat Sarah Atah Gibor Le'olam Adonai Mechayeh HaKol Atah Rav Le'Hoshia Morid Hatal Mechalkel Chaim Bechesed Mechayeh HaKol Berachamim Rabim Somech Noflim Verofech Olim Umatir Asurim Umekayem Emunato Lishenei Afar Michamocha Bal Yevorot Umida Melach Melech Memit Umechayeh Umatzmiach Yeshua V'ne'eman atah l'chayot hakol Baruch atah Adonai Mechayeh hakol Atah kadosh v'shimcha kadosh U'kedoshim b'chol yom yahallelu chasela Baruch atah Adonai Ha'el HaKadosh.
We continue with our private prayers using the words on the page through page 101 or the words in our hearts. I invite you to be seated when you have finished with your prayers. 349. So many of us, the prayers of our hearts include prayers for healing and wholeness for those in our lives, people whom we love, people in our communities who are in need of healing of mind, of body, or of spirit. I invite you to share their names with us at this time. When my eyes meet yours, to share the names of those you're thinking of on this Shabbat so that we can take their names into our hearts with our own. On this Shabbat, we think of page 253 in the middle of the page. and a few moments to share good news from the week, blessings, moments of gratitude. That is not glass, so it didn't break.
Well, having a visit from my womb mate, my twin from Florida, and of course, my cousin Sherry, who is the mother of my goddaughter.
My birthday is this Sunday, so I am going to be going out to dinner with my mother, grandma, and uncle, and we're also going to be celebrating Mother's Day.
Happy birthday. Some very good friends from California visited this week, and they're thinking of moving up into this area.
Last week I got fired, but I found a better job now.
And it's good to see you back here. And Vita.
I'm thankful for my...
Hold on. The battery died, so.
Okay, I'm thankful because in 2 weeks my state championship is coming up for golf, and I'm excited for that.
My son had a birthday. He was born on Mother's Day in 1974, so we have a special Mother's Day, and he gave me flowers and candy. So he's on board a ship heading for Europe.
And I just realized that tomorrow I celebrate my 11th anniversary of ordination. Yes, I did have to stop and just double check that math, but it is in fact 11. So I know that as everyone sort of sweats in here and was sweating in the social hall over our oneg, my understanding, even as a newbie to Tacoma, that this is very unusual weather for Tacoma. Especially for May. Okay, so potentially record-breaking for this time of year. It is not normal. Just wait 5 minutes. I've been waiting all day, and it's still not normal. People keep talking about how wonderful it is and how much they're enjoying the sun, and I'm like, can we please have a few clouds and drop the temperature by 10 degrees? The rain is not so bad. And you know what? The rain is essential for keeping our planet healthy and whole and our plants growing. Deb, oh. Thank you for coming to help out over here. You were transplanting, like you were transplanting this morning, today. I saw that you have planted your garden, which could probably use some rain. Maybe. Oh, now she's wondering if she, if she turned off the sprinklers. Great. Well, you'll find out when you get back home. There's not much you can do about it right now. They actually say that the Talmud says that would be a prayer in vain. Tefillah levatala is to pray that you turned off your sprinklers because either you did or you didn't, and at this point, nothing you do will change the result. Your prayer will not change the result. Rain would be helpful for plants unless they are being overwatered currently. And this is part of what is discussed in our parsha, in our Torah portion this week, Bahar Bechukotai. It's a double portion. We are at the very end of the book of Leviticus. And I've shared with you before that Leviticus is a book of relationships. The relationship between us and other people, the relationship between us and God, and the relationship between us and the land, whether it is the land of Israel specifically or the earth more generally speaking. And so Bahar Bechukotai turns us from focusing on the relationship between each other and the relationship with God to how the health and success of those relationships actually also affects our relationship with the land and how our relationship with the land affects those other relationships. So we have text that tells us that if we observe the mitzvot, if we observe the commandments, then God will make the rains come in their season and the land will be fruitful and produce all that we need for ourselves and for our cattle, and we will have plenty of food and continue to not just survive but thrive on the land. And especially that would be true even if during the 7th year, the Shemitah year, we let the land lie fallow. We don't plant, we don't tend, we don't till. We can gather whatever is growing naturally, but only enough for the day for us to eat. And beyond that, we just let the land have its Shabbat. We let it have its rest. And all will be good. God will provide enough for us to have in the 7th year. God will provide enough in the 6th year to make sure we have enough in the 7th year and enough in the 8th year while we're waiting for the next round of produce to grow. And on the other hand, if we don't follow God's commandments, if we don't follow the mitzvot, then the land is not going to be able to hold us anymore, and it is going to vomit us out. And I use that language very intentionally. Wendy, you were there on Sunday, right, when I used it, and the kids were totally aghast that I would be that gross. But I can't help it. That's what the text says. It uses the root. That means to vomit us out. It's this sort of violent removal of us. If we don't treat the land well, it not only will not support us, but it will not let us remain there. I am not of the sort who believes that God is the one who is causing all of those things. That is not my theology, that God is the one who intervenes in everyday matters or even in matters more globally. And yet, I still see how that is the case. How if we treat each other well, it will bring blessing to our land. And when we don't treat each other well, we are likely and liable to be pushed out, to not find safety and security in our land, and how when we don't treat the land well, and by land I also mean not just the earth, but also the water and the sky, the air, that we will not survive. Already, the Pacific Northwest is one of the least air-conditioned places in the country. And let me tell you, last summer without air conditioning was not particularly pleasant. And to have more and more days like that is going to be that much harder for people to survive comfortably in this area. Just, Yvel, you have to watch the microphone. And so even if our Torah portion is speaking about following the mitzvot as leading to the rewards or the punishment from God, the truth is, and I see it every day, that whether or not the rewards or punishments are coming from God, they are certainly coming. They are certainly coming. If we take care of our earth, our environment, we will thrive and survive. If we take care of each other, if we build communities of wholeness and justice, we will thrive and survive. And if we do not, then we will need to work that much harder to bring about a time of peace. Shabbat Shalom. I'd like to invite up Bert. I believe you're giving the announcements this evening, yes? Bert is one of our board members.
There we go. Okay. Oops, there we go. Okay, sorry about that. Shabbat Shalom. Okay, so for all of these announcements, if there is a requirement for an RSVP or to get more information, I would refer you to the Shabbat Shalom email. Afternoon of Dialogue, Saturday, that is tomorrow, May 13th at 12:30. So that's after services. So tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. is the Torah study, followed by services at 10 a.m. and follow that by, of course, our usual potluck lunch. But then after that at 12:30 is the Afternoon of Dialogue. So come and join us for an open discussion on our next topic, the next steps for the community. Join us after Shabbat services for a potluck from 12:30 to 1. Bring a pescatarian dish, that is fish but no meat, and stay for the dialogue from 1 to 3. The dialogue will be facilitated by Bridges of Hope. Registration is required. The Brotman Early Learning Center fundraiser, Saturday, May 20th at 6 p.m. Join us for our first annual Belk fundraiser. We'll be having raffles, a silent auction, and trivia. There will also be a vegetarian dinner, dessert dash, and drinks. Tickets include dinner and drinks and are $50 per person. Another sunrise for a look or touch. Let's see here. Ilsley Ball Nordstrom Recital Hall at Benariah Hall. Sorry, that's kind of a mouthful there. Sunday, May 21st at 4 p.m. Music of Remembrance May concert is just around the corner. We'll be performing 2 Holocaust-inspired operas that we commissioned from librettists Jean Shear and composer Jake Hedgie, one of the most important opera composers of our day, and Hedgie will be in attendance at this performance. So we hope you'll be able to join us for an evening of powerful and meaningful music that matters. The annual congregational meeting is Tuesday, May 23rd at 7 p.m. It will be preceded by an oneg at 6 p.m. We encourage all members to attend and engage in congregational decision-making. You will meet and vote on our newest potential board members, vote on amendments to the bylaws, and hear select committee staff and officer reports and updates on our temple projects. We will need a quorum, a minimum of 50 adult members, as stated in our bylaws, to vote on any decisions. Note that this is 50 individual members, not families. The speaker series, Surviving the Genocide of Cambodia, Thursday, May 25th at 11 a.m. Join us in the Temple Social Hall or online for a session with Sok Kang Lim. During the session, So Can Lim will talk about her escape from Vietnam as a small child and her memoir, Present for a Purpose, about her life experiences. Escaping the genocide of the 1970s Cambodia was the beginning of a journey that took So Can Lim Hardy through the triumphs and tragedies which have impacted her in ways she is still discovering. From nearly dying as her family fled Cambodia for Thailand to working tirelessly helping others deal with personal injury, So Can's story reminds us that our pasts may be different, but we all experience ups and downs in life, learning and growing from each experience. Annual Sisterhood General Meeting is Tuesday, May 30th at 6:30 p.m. And that will be in the TBE Social Hall. An optional Zoom link and agenda will be sent to all Sisterhood members at least 1 week before the meeting. All Sisterhood members should attend to elect new board members and participate in a planning meeting to reflect on the last year and dream about the next year. Substantial snacks will be provided. Celebrate JCIJ's new nonprofit status. JCIJ hopes that you will be able to be with us at our picnic to celebrate our brand new nonprofit status and the work we have all done so far to achieve lives of justice, dignity, and joy for immigrants. We will honor each congregation who is a partner to JCIJ during the brief program. We look forward to seeing you at Seaward Park in Seattle on Sunday, June 4th. TBE Baseball with the Tacoma Rainiers. Join Temple Beth for an evening of baseball and family fun at Cheney Stadium as the Tacoma Rainiers take on the Salt Lake Bees. Tickets are $15 per person and include a reserved seat and a ballpark meal. Purchase your tickets today. Shabbat Shalom.
Thank you, Bert. And thank you to Adrian, who has been working the soundboard this evening, and to Debbie, our accompanist, and to Vivian, who was out greeting everyone, as well as Sean. And is someone at the door right now?
Yes, Rabbi.
Who is it?
David Nemitz.
Oh, and David Nemitz for providing some security for us tonight. We are going to return to our prayer books, page 282, and I'll invite you to rise in body or spirit. As we open the ark, we are on the bottom paragraph of page 282.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמענו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם. ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא.
287.
ונאמר, והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ, ביום ההוא, ביום ההוא, יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו,
On this Shabbat, we think of those who have died at this in recent days and weeks. We're especially thinking about Shmulik Sadot, my uncle, and we are also thinking of those who have died at this time in years past. If I say the name of a loved one, I invite you to rise so that we can acknowledge you as a mourner. We're thinking this Shabbat of Mo Birnbaum, Manawa comes last, Lisa Ann Corwin, Lev Frumkin, Hazel Henderson, Lynn Hubbard, Maurice Kadish, Morris Kaltinick, Albert Carl Clifford, Imi Kovsky, Chuck Mayer, Gordon Marthaler, Louis Martin, James G. McKee, Min Sishamorer, Drew Mullen, Heike Munblatt, Harry L. Nemetz, Doug Ostgard, Joseph Sexton, John Lade Schroep, Minnie Smiley, Yetta Hannah Sussman, Thal, Mary Thal, Janice Willinger, and Audrey Zelichenko. As we think of them, we say, Zichronam livracha, may their memories be a blessing. I invite you to rise in body or spirit so that our mourners do not have to stand alone. As we offer the mourners Kaddish on page 294. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, be'alma divrach hirutei v'yamlich malchutei, b'chayechon uvyomechon uvchaye dechol beit Yisrael, ba'agala uvizman kariv v'yimru amen. Ehei shmei Rabbah mevarach le'olam u'almei almayim. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, v'yithadar v'yitalev v'yithalal shmei dekudasha brichu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, damiran be'alma v'yimru amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'yimru amen. Oseh shalom bimromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, v'yimru amen. May the one who creates peace on high bring peace to all who mourn and comfort to all who are bereaved, as together we say, amen. Please turn back to page 278. As we count the Omer, we are in our 7-week period of counting between Passover and Shavuot. Page 278, in the middle, we join together in the blessing. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech ha'olam, asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu al sfirat ha'omer. Our praise to you, Adonai, sovereign of all, who hallows us with mitzvot, commanding us to count the Omer. Hayom sheva v'shloshim yom, shehem chamisha shavuot v'shnei yamim la'omer. Today is the 37th day, which is 5 weeks and 2 days of the Omer. If you want to turn back to page 294, you can be seated as well if you wish. That last paragraph of Hebrew and transliteration. Most people are sitting, but you can stay standing if you want.
Shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imeru amen. Oseh shalom bimromav u'ya'aseh shalom
Shabbat Shalom. I'd like to invite up all of our kiddos. Noah, do you want to come up? Yuval, do you want to come up too? For those who would like words, we are on page 5. This is their favorite part. How many of you are there? Page 5.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu v'shabbat kodsho be'ahava uratzon hinchilanu zikaron memase v'reshit ki hu yom techila lemikrae kodesh zecher letziat mitzrayim kivanu v'acharta ve'otanu kidashta mikol hamim v'shabbat kodshecha be'ahava uratzon hinchaltanu Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh hashabbat
L'chaim. Juice apparently is more exciting than the truck. And I think it's page 302 if you want the words.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz b'te'avon.
Shabbat shalom, everyone.